Forged here, 1v1, Jarilo's Forge, blue side. We've got Fenix as a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, so some powerful offense, disruption and support begins in melee combat with a basic synapse. Sorry for the camera freaking out there, always seems to do it on this map. Up against on the red side is ManOfFaith, also known as Tex, rocking a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities too. This is the Exarch's elite scheme. Double termagants then. Tex most likely banshees into the shuriken. I think Fenix would be good to get some Barb Strangler warriors up, but he will need to deal with the inevitable shuriken cannon. He could get Raveners or maybe the extended carapace to charge on his Hive Tyrant. Could also get the rending talons, of course, to make life really dicey for these howling banshees. Warp Spider will be great for capping these outer VPs. None of them are natural on this map, all considered contested running up this central line, northeast to southwest. Warp Spider still capping. A lot of the fighting will be without him early on. Double Dire Avengers though can pack a punch against this light infantry. Put out quite a fair amount of piercing damage. Can no longer get their Warlock, their Exarch leader in tier 1 of course these days. But they do get a nice health bonus from the aspect. Oh, Spawn Mine's coming in from the flank. Really force your enemy to reposition. Banshees thought about going in on the Hive Tyrant there. That wouldn't have been a good idea, and they do back away. They're going to eat another explosion though from the Spawn Mines, but will they drop a model? I don't think they will. Oh, they actually already did. Back there somewhere. Little bit of harassment on the power then. Warp Spider doing his thing in the middle, capping. Doesn't want to fight a bunch of Hormagaunts really, but he might be able to finish the cap. Can also teleport away, of course, once it's off cooldown. Looks like he's going to get it. And then run away. There we go. Teleported away. This guy's still bashing his power. Double Dire Avengers, though, will be able to get them off of there, I think. Look at the damage immediately. Taking out a couple of models. A little bit of cover for those termagants, though, and they're able to fight him off with Spawn Mines coming in. Hive Tyrant getting very angry with this garrison. The Warp Spider ducked in there. And he's getting some shots off, too. Maybe entangling web for that guy to slow down Hormagaunts and the Hive Tyrant himself. Well, not to slow down, completely lock into place. Although that's a tier 2 war gear these days, I believe. It was tier 2 for a while, I think. There's that shuriken cannon. Guarding weapon team that can suppress infantry units. Does have a limited firing up, but pretty good mobility for a setup team. Here's the Warrior Brood in a default melee state right now, which is like 18 DPS power melee, I think. And that fantastic leap into combat they have. They'll be providing a basic synapse also. So anything that's not in range of the Hive Tyrant, but is in range of the Warrior Brood, will get that synapse. There's the camera freaking out. And Banshee's bashing power. Only 4 models here. Might be able to finish it though. Hive Tyrant probably going to come and have a word with him. Where's that Warp Spider? He's capping mid. Tex plays the VP game so well. Very quick and diligent on getting his VPs. Banshee should be able to finish this off. Some termagants shooting. They don't have their toxin sets upgrade yet. Oh, it's a Ravener Brood on the way for Fenix. That's his answer to the shuriken cannon. Banshee's getting very close. A couple more hits. Oh no! He retreated off. This thing has 3 hit points, but the Warp Spider can come in and finish it very quickly and easily, I would think. Although it might get him caught in a bad position because he can't teleport again straight away. Termagants walking into the shuriken, nicely placed by Tex. Knew they would come through this area. Might use it to go and harass the Hive Tyrant now. What's going on over it? Warrior Brood and Hormagaunts on capping duty. Hormagaunts just standing watch here. You see the Warriors are a detect unit. That eye icon on their decorator means that they will spot anything that's infiltrated, although we don't have any of that so far in the Eldar army. Some Rangers might be nice. Long range disruption is always great. Hive Tyrant doing some work against this Warp. So that's his default melee weapon too. Does have a very powerful default set of melee weapons. Makes up for the fact that he's pretty slow and doesn't have a ranged weapon to fire while he's chasing things around. This guy's going to have to get out of here though. There he goes. Ravenous with the Devourers doing some work. Might see them sticking by those double termagants. And then a Warrior Venom Brood in tier 2 for ranged synapse. I was expecting the Barb Strangler though. Looks like he's keeping these guys in melee, and he's pretty happy to do so. If the Hormagaunts are nearby and they both go in on the Banshees, that's a fight they win. Especially with that knockback on entry there. What's it now? 2-1 cap for Tex with over 100 VPs lead. He is playing the VP game better so far, as you'd expect perhaps from the mobile Eldar. Revenant Brood with a little bit of XP. Tier 2 now for Tex. Wraithguard and a Falcon would be pretty good, I think. Forcing melee combat on this Guardian Weapon team here so they can't set up and fire the weapons, and they're taking a hell of a lot of damage. Decent grenade, but perhaps lucky not to drop more models off this Guardian Weapon team here. So do they both have their aspect now? They do. Up to 686 hit points, is that, or 666? Very small for me to read. Warrior Brood leaping in. Caught these guys really out of position here. If he was alive to it, he could have fleeted through this way and got away, I think. Although he might have run into those Hormagaunts there. 365, 468. Does get away with just a retreat though. Hive Tyrant caught. Doesn't want to get caught by those Banshees at level 1. They can tear him apart pretty quickly without the threat of the seismic roar and that kind of thing. Good special attacks there. I don't think Hormagaunts have special attacks, or do they? They might have one. Like a little flick back. Oh, Banshees went down. Banshees went down. Stayed in that engagement a bit too long. Misjudged there from Tex. And that's a kind of a pain in the ass for him, I think. Grabbing this northeast victory point now. Hormagaunts capping the mid. And I think it's going to be a 2-1 for Tex in the end. Nice grenade there, taking out one of the Warrior Brood models. So that Synapse backlash, dealing damage and knocking back non-Synapse creatures. I believe it's 10% these days. It used to be 18%, which was pretty sizable. And it's a Falcon for Tex. Needs to be careful because Venom Brood did a hell of a lot of damage, especially if they capture it on rear armor while it's trying to drive away. This guy can also get his Venom Cannon and Crushing Claws as an anti-vehicle option. Either one pairs pretty well with his charge war gear to help him get attacks off. Here is the Falcon. Support vehicle for Eldar, transport and reinforce nearby infantry. And does some decent damage to all targets with its various weapons it's got. Double Termagants here without Toxin Sacks. Not very often you see that. Those guys off the field. Now he's seen the Falcon. How does he respond once he gets tier 2? Southwest is turning blue. He does get it before being forced to retreat there. The Hive Tyrant. Maybe another Shuriken for Tex would be pretty good. For the Wraithguard, I think would be the ideal choice. Keep the Shuriken nearby to protect from the Hormagaunts and Warrior Brood. The Raveners can all obviously Burrow Strike, but they can't Burrow Strike the Wraithguard and the Shuriken unless they're right next to each other. Down goes the node. And he has full gens over here. But I say that as one goes down. Ravener Brood doing a pretty good job bashing power. Warp Spider Exarch gets away. Still level 1, no war gear. He must have purchased something, Fenix, because his resources are pretty low in tier 2 here. Yep, it's a Venom Brood. Could also get that range synapse up, of course, to buff the Termagants and the Ravener Brood. 309, 461. Grenade attempts. Not the flushest hit I've seen, but did some damage. Couldn't get a model though. Oh, Hive Tyrant with his own Venom Cannon now. Only 120-30 these days. It was changed so that I think it deals 0 splash damage now, so that very, very rarely hits infantry, whereas it used to hit them a relatively fair amount because of the splash damage. So now it's much more focused as an anti-large target weapon kind of thing. Oh, we're trying to get decap, but here's a Hormagaun and a Hive Tyrant there. You see that massive Venom Cannon. Still retains a decent amount of ability in melee combat too, and a special attack even. I mean, it is a Hive Tyrant. Not sure what these Hormagaunts are up to. Might get away though. Coming in from the flank is some other stuff. Venom Brood is there. Oh, this is dicey. Getting some rear arm hits. Needs to keep them moving. No, needs to keep these guys manually moving and then getting shots off when he can. The Falcon should be okay here. Triple cap for Tex. It's another Falcon on the way. Oh no, he stopped. Rear armor facing the Venom Brood. This is really bad. Oh, and he's turned around and he goes down. Massive mistake there from Tex. Not keeping that thing moving. Not sure what happened. It wasn't stuck. It wasn't stuck because of that power, was it? It would have just gone around. Maybe he misclicked or he just forgot about it. But now he's only on 3 units. He needs to play the VP game pretty hard here. Avoid those big engagements if he can before he gets more stuff on the field. Does have a decent amount of resources. Cancelled that second Falcon and now needs to decide what he's going to do. Double Wraith Guard and another Shuriken would do pretty good, I think. What is this? This is Warp Spiders being called in. Okay. Autark drop on that big blob of range stuff would also do some work, I think. Down go these Capillary Towers. Get 6 red from them, looks like. And some XP, I imagine. Capping duty for Termagants. Still no top. Hold up, getting them now. Here we see the Toxin Sacks. Warp Spiders with their Exarch, yes, and now they're getting their aspects fully upgraded pretty quickly. So they need to do some work to pay for themselves here. There's the 2-to-1 for Tex. There's a sizable VP lead, really, 250 or so. A lot of ground to make up for Fenix. I'm guessing he'd love to go tier 3 right about now. Hormagaunts with their adrenal glands getting shots up. Not doing a huge amount of damage though, but here comes the Entangling Wind, which does buff his basic damage, I think. And Entangle is pretty damn useful too. 7-second disable pretty much. For infantry. Warrior Brood getting in here. Done well, these guys. Still not leveled yet though. 163, 452. Fenix needs to get on these VPs. He needs a contingent at 2 of them, I think. This kind of roaming style, he's just going to be outmaneuvered by the Eldar. And it is Wraith Guard for ManOfFaith. Hormagaunts capping here. Might get a triple cap. There's one. Now, does Tex split now? Or does he go full force somewhere and split afterwards? Try to force off a contingent here. Power Node being shot up. Warp Spiders have gone mid. I should do alright here. Oh, he's double Termagants though. It'll shoot him up pretty well. Need to go out away, fellas. There we go. We'll see if the Hive Tyrant can hit them here. Oh, he's gone. Then they can teleport up and grab that VP. So that's one. And now we can come southwest as well, which is pretty empty here. There's some Hormagaunts hanging around. Warp Spider Exarch gets his improved targeters. Some more damage, some more range. Can't complain about that. Uh-oh. Warp Spider's going to get flanked really badly. Uh-oh. Retreated. I assume his teleport was on cooldown. Although, maybe something went wrong with it from the look of the chat. Or maybe just bemoaning the fact that it was on cooldown. Wraith Guard getting tied up here by Ravener Brood. At least it makes the Raveners commit to a melee fight, which they don't necessarily want to do with all this stuff shooting at them. And it means they can't jump the Shuriken as well. So Wraith Guard are having an impact in these engagements. They do have their Spirit Seer Warlock now too, to give them a little bit of a speed boost. Does it give them a vision boost as well? It might do. There's that triple. 156 to 336. Tex will get the mid though. Looks like he's going to focus on getting this right now. It's not purchasing. Oh, he needs some more. I mean, another Wraith Guard would be pretty good, I think. But we'll see. Hive Tyrant now being used to tie them up. Hormagaunts flanking around. Nicely done by Fenix. Going to get in on the Shuriken, I think. You saw the Spirit Seer Warlock go down for those Wraith Guard, would stun them briefly. But they do get away. Hive Tyrant might not, though. Needs to focus fire on him as he retreats away. And finishes him. Warrior Brood being called in. All sorts going on here. Wraithguard might be chased down. Drop 2 models and their Spirit Seer Warlock. There's the second Warrior Brood being dropped in. One of these surely will be Barb Strangler or Tark now coming through. Sub-Commander for Eldar. Very quick on her feet, as you can see. Provides some nice buffs, damage and mobility. 2 to 1. Warp Spider, I don't think is going to finish this cat, but we'll see. Going to get jumped on by a Warrior Brood. These are the ones that I've just called in. What about the other guys? Have they leveled up? They must have, yeah. Oh, these are the ones getting the Barb Strangler too. You didn't even need to use the Thorax Swarm thing to deal with that Falcon either. Single cap hit. It's not making this easy for Fenix. Old Tex. Oh, Autok doing some work here, looks like. Has her Executioner Spear, which, unlike the Banshee one, is a power melee weapon, not a heavy melee weapon. Warp Spider got away, but looks like he harassed the hell out of his Warrior Brood. Got a model off him. Wraithguard back in play, but without their... Oh, no, they do have the... No, they don't. But I believe they are getting the Spirit Seer bonus from these other Warlocks or Exarchs that are hanging around here. As long as they're close to them, it should be alright. So a lot of stuff. Oh, exploded one model already. There's that Capillary Tower. It's going to be tough to judge and control distance with Wraithguard. And now he does have the Spirit Seer Warlock. Maybe he had it all along and I just didn't see it. 2 to 1. Brood Nest is up to support. Ravener Brood burrow striking into the rear and dodging the grenade nicely. Well played by Fenix. Tech's just not quite having enough to hold on to that position. And now Wraithguard being chomped by Hormagaunts, who have done really well so far, these guys. Oh, he might finish them off. There's that Entangle, which might have saved them. Ravener Brood now trying to come and finish them off with a burst of range damage here, which is risky. And they go down. Misplay there from Fenix. But still has a sizable roster lead here. Here's those VPs. Straight away Tex on this victory point in the southwest again. And here comes Fenix to defend in force this time. And Hive Tyrant going northeast, as you can see on the minimap there. Got the decap, but might go down on retreat to this Warrior Brood. No, they don't attack him. They could have got him there, I think, maybe. Maybe not. Might have needed like 2 attacks each, which they might not have been able to do. Brood Nest still up in the middle. That provides a little bit of health regeneration and allows you to reinforce. Was nerfed a couple of patches ago, I think. You now need to be pretty close, as you can see, to get that health regen. Or maybe it was just reduced in strength. Single for Fenix. Gonna be a double. Have Tyrants capping top. These guys can maybe use shields to get this one. One of them's capping. The other should be putting a shield up, I feel like. Shuriken could be a little bit closer too. There's a shield. Guess he's afraid of burrow strikes, doesn't want to get too much closer. Look at this Warrior Brood with adrenal glands now, providing some very nice melee synapse to those Hormagaunts. They're down to 2 models though. Here comes that Warp Spider to retake this victory point. Where's the Hive Tyrant then? Coming to the bottom. Webway's been put up over here. One in base as well. There's the charge. Oh, look at this. Changes loadout. Rending Talons, Extended Carapace, and Bioplasma now. That's a response to this, the Shuriken and the Wraithguard, which are holding up his advances here. Doing some good work and gets them off the field. What does ManOfFaith or Tex get here? Could get a Falcon, could get another Wraithguard, could get another Shuriken. All of them could do a job for him. Or does he just save and hope for tier 2? Where did the Autok go? Was she sky leaped up? Oh, she's there. She went down. Completely missed that. Oh, and just as I say that, another one's called in. Getting some melee attacks on that warrior brood over there. 132 to 159. Warp Spider Exarch barely getting away. Under 5 hit points. Does have a double cap somehow here, Tex. There's a charge. Wraithguard will now be shut down. Ortuck will try to put some pressure on him, but runs into a special attack there. Shuriken Cannon continues to be a massive pain in the arse for Fenix. Switches targets to the Hive Tyrant to get him off the field. Might finish him off. Ortuck could maybe jump after him and do so. Didn't even need to. Got the kill there. Has her Executioner Spear up. Going after the Brood Nest now. Down it goes. Wraithguard again getting down to 1 model and getting out of there. And forces off the Tyranids in the mid. Shuriken making a massive difference to that fight. And the Ortuck, of course. 101 to 157. Hormagaunts capping. Something down here too. It's a Warrior Brood. They're taking damage though. Oh no, using the shield against the Warp Spider. They're going to take 0 damage because of the perfect cover that these shields provide. Tyrant Guard on the way. It's one way to deal with a Wraithguard squad. Very rare that you see a Tyrant Guard out this late. But cool to see. 60 power for these guys now. Lumbering melee beast. Can charge as well, so could get closer distance pretty quickly on this Wraithguard. Or the Shuriken, either or. Then use the Hive Tyrant for the other target. Right in the corner here, setting up is the Shuriken. And deals with that stuff. 93 to 141 on the VPs. What's going on up here? Ortuck capping. Another very nice capping tool to have. Jumping around. Sprinting all over the place. Is he going to get a triple again? Tex really is playing this superbly well so far. Despite his mistakes. Staying in the game. There's that Tyrant Guard charging through. Now on the Shuriken, and it really packs a punch this guy. Almost 100 heavy melee DPS with a splash damage component. 15 per attack splash, I believe. That's his special attack, which misses. He's a little slow, that special attack animation. Doesn't have the best one around. There's that triple cap for Tex. Down to 33 VPs is Fenix. Really needs to get on him. Looks like he's doing so. Hormagaunts up here. And a Venom Brood down in the southwest. He's harassing it though. Ortuck is in there now, jumps away, giving that nice heal and speed buff. And I think it's a little damage buff too. She also provides that passive defensive bonus. 15% damage mitigation, I believe it is. I don't think she... No, she doesn't benefit from it herself. Unlike the Seer Council buff that's kind of similar. That one's only range damage reduction though. Single cap here for Fenix, down to 8 victory points. It's going to be so close here. I see a webway on the map. Hive Tyrant on the prowl. Ortuck doing a hell of a lot of work here. Very nice grenade in the heat of the moment from Tex. Tyrant Guard can't attack everything at the same time. There's that jump again. Going right after the Warp Spider, doing massive amounts of damage. And now the Ortuck. Look at that. Tearing through her. This is just a level 1 Tyrant Guard too. Switching caps. And gets it, I think. Yes. Tex might want to purchase something. Not entirely sure what. Uh-oh, Shuriken's very low on hit points coming to the southwest here. Gonna force melee on it, I think. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go down. Oh, lives. 1 hit point. Maybe. Nope. Does go down. I don't think he's watching it here. Watching the mid. 8 to 69 on the VPs. Here come some Dark Reapers. will help deal with the Tyrant Guard, that's for sure, with their Inferno damage. And Venom Brood for the northeast. Leaping in there, the Autarch again to save the day. Can she finish off this Warrior Brood here? Boom. Couldn't quite get the last model. 3 victory points remaining for Fenix. He's still in this. Tex has done an amazing job with victory points so far. So tough for Fenix to keep up that capping. Crazy mobility he has. With the Warp Spider, just the Warp Spider Exarch alone. Autarch gets away okay, I think, yes. Can now turn around and come and cap this. There's the Dark Reapers doing their thing. 2-1 for Fenix. Reapers getting their Exarch. Tyrant Guard hanging out mid. Should be in shield wall, I think, to heal up. Maybe it's on cooldown. Desperately trying to keep the Tyranids away from the southwest, but there's just too much stuff here for the double Dire Avengers to deal with. I think Tex getting another Guardian Weapon team up. Another Capillary Tower hitting the field. Messy engagement for the Dire Avengers. Just trying to hold up these forces as much as they can and duck out inside of the webway. Wraith God getting some attacks. Warp Spider Exarch gets a decap. Needs to run away now though. There he goes. Tyranid is capping the bottom. Tyrant Guard is guarding the top. 3-23 single cap here for Fenix. Not much closer than this. Warrior Brood dropped in. It's the second one we've seen, I think. And now getting stuck in. Bad fight for these Dire Avengers. They must be pretty high level though. Yeah, level 4. And level 4 with the Exarch in there. They can do something in melee at least. Dark Reapers can't really though. And are getting torn apart here. And knocked around. And he's going to lose them. 3-3 on VPs. Single cap here for Fenix. I think it's going to be enough. It is enough. He was also capping the mid. So even if Tex was able to finish this cap, he would have had a 2-1 most likely over here. And got it. So close. Amazing job of holding on there from Tex. Made some mistakes losing the Banshees and the Falcon. But despite that, we got a hell of a game. Look at these heroes. Level 4 Hive Tyrant switching to the Rending Talons. Also had Extended Carapace and Bioplasma at the end. Warp Spider at level 6 with a Tangling Web and improved targeters. There you have it guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.